How y'all doing? Sherrod Burnham here, Preacher Man RB, and this is an episode of Retro TV 91. This time I'm doing another episode of movie reviews. This time I'm reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man. What The Amazing Spider-Man is about, it's about, obviously, Spider-Man. And it starts off with Peter Parker and his family, and his mother and father is running away from something. Well, they leave him with his Uncle Ben in Aunt May, and then we find out further in the movie that his parents wound up dying in a plane crash. So we'll have to see what happens with that. What else is happening is Peter's just this normal kid going to high school, and then he sneaks into Oscorp to try to find out more about his parents and to talk to Dr. Connors. And when he goes there, he gets bit by the radioactive spider that turns him into Spider-Man. And he starts getting his powers, and he gets sick, and he's trying to figure out how to use his powers. And what happens is this guy robs this convenience store, and then he runs off, and Uncle Ben tries to stop this guy, and Uncle Ben winds up getting shot and killed by this guy. So Peter starts going after guys trying to find the guy that killed his uncle. Well, he makes his first Spider-Man mask, and he's going out, and he finally finds the guy and has him helps get him arrested or whatever. And what happens is Peter's done made his Spider-Man costume and everything, and the police are after him. And Gwen Stacy's father is the main one that's after him because he's the captain of the police force. And Peter Parker starts dating Gwen Stacy in this movie, and then he meets her father and all this, and they get in this argument about Spider-Man or whatever. Well, after this, Doc Connors starts experimenting on himself with the formula that Peter gave him, that his father made, and Doc Connors becomes the Lizard. Well, he's going and he's trying to make this plan where he makes the whole city of New York lizards. And the way he does this is there's this machine that can disperse this gas. And Doc Connors goes at the end of the movie and starts up the machine, and Gwen Stacy's making the antidote to be able to stop him, and she's in there with Doc Connors, but Doc Connors doesn't mess with her. And then Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Captain Stacy work together to stop Doc Connors, and Spider-Man's able to get the antidote into the machine before it goes off, and he cures everybody, and Doc Connors becomes back to his normal self or whatever. But during this scuffle, Captain Stacy winds up dying, and he makes Peter promise him not to see Gwen Stacy anymore, so Peter doesn't. And the only other things happening at the end, the end credit scenes, this guy with this bolo hat talks to Doc Connors and asks him did he tell Peter about his family, and he said no. And this guy with the bolo hat says, "Then we don't need to mess with Peter right now." And Dr. Connors tells him to leave Peter alone. And that's all that really happened. My question for y'all is, who's this guy in the bolo hat, and what's this going to what's his end game? As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out, guys. GG's awesome. It's been an episode of Richard TV 91. See you next time.